Are you struggling to get the coordinates of an element after using the CSS zoom property? You're not alone. This is a common issue that many developers face, and today we're going to unravel this mystery together. I totally get it. It can be incredibly frustrating when you expect a simple property to work, but it just doesn't. You're trying to use the getBoundingClientRect method, and it seems to be giving you the wrong values after zooming. Trust me, this is a challenge many have encountered. Let's dive into the specifics of your question. You mentioned that you're using the zoom property on an element, and you're trying to get the coordinates of all four corners. However, when you run your code, the width remains unchanged before and after zooming. Sound familiar? Let's explore this together. So, what's happening here? The zoom property can sometimes lead to unexpected behavior in browsers, especially when it comes to calculating dimensions. The getBoundingClientRect method may not account for the zoom transformation correctly, leading to the confusion you're experiencing. And stick around. At the end of this video, I'll share a workaround that can help you get the correct coordinates so you won't want to miss it. To address the issue with the CSS zoom property and getBoundingClientRect, the user should first consider using the transform property instead of zoom. This is because the zoom property can lead to inconsistent behavior across different browsers. Next, the user should update the JavaScript code to reflect this change. They will need to adjust the scaling factor in the transform property and then retrieve the bounding rectangle again. After making these changes, the user should check the output in the browser console. They should see the updated widths, reflecting the transformation applied to the element. Finally, if the user still encounters issues, they should ensure that the CSS styles are applied correctly and that there are no conflicting styles affecting the element's dimensions. Fun fact, did you know that the zoom property is not a standard CSS feature? It's supported in some browsers, but not all, which can lead to these kinds of issues. Always good to know. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative solution suggests using the transform property instead of zoom. By applying transform, scale 1.5, you can get the correct values from getBoundingClientRect, although it may affect your page layout. Another option is to retrieve the zoom value using window.getComputedStyle. You can multiply this value with the width from getBoundingClientRect to get the correct dimensions. That's it for that response. Let's explore another one. An alternative solution comes from a user who faced a similar issue. They found that in their Angular material project, the pixel ratio was under 1, making elements appear too small. To address this, they applied a zoom to the body element. They discovered that the Angular material slider used getBoundingClientRect to determine its position, which caused it to misalign. To fix this, they modified the getBoundingClientRect method to account for the zoom level. Let's take a look at an answer from another user. One user faced a similar issue with a tooltip component. They created a function to fetch all zoom levels applied to an element. This function helps align the tooltip correctly by applying the same zoom level. It also checks the parent elements to avoid including the global browser zoom. Additionally, if you want to adjust the bounding rectangle for zoom, another function can be used. This function calculates the adjusted rectangle dimensions by multiplying the original dimensions with the zoom levels. Here's the workaround I promised. Use CSS transforms instead of the zoom property. This small change can save you a lot of headaches in the future. And there you have it. By switching to CSS transforms, you should now be able to get the correct coordinates of your element. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more tips and tricks, and let us know in the comments how this worked for you.